friends. Okay, I thought I would jump on like just for a few minutes and give you guys a tip of the week. Now, the thing that I get asked a lot is about foundation, and I love foundation. But before we get started with any good foundation prep, you got to prep the surface, right? So we've got to put on our foundation primer. Now, this is going to give you a little SPF 15 protection. It is like silky, silky smooth. And you're going to want to rub this all over your face. Now, this is going to go on so buttery soft. You're going to want to touch your face all the time with this, but don't do it. Okay. And you'll see I'm kind of going underneath my chin too. And I will share with you a little tip about that in a minute. But you got to prep the surface. Okay. So this I affectionately refer to as like grout. So it fills in those lines and wrinkles and it gives your foundation something to adhere to hold on, to grab hold of. So that's what we did first is we got the skin prepped. Now, prior to this, good skincare is the key. Okay. So my skin, fresh out the shower, still have wet shower hair, curly hair, you just go with it. Okay. And just like for my face, I have to prep my hair, like I have to put heat protection in it and all this stuff, right? So that's what I just did. And I got my skin prepared for the sun too. So I got a little SPF protection on there. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I love Mary Kay Time Wise Matte 3D Foundation. Like, this is my favorite foundation. There are other foundations you can choose from, but this is the one for me. And I use Ivory in 160 because I have crazy skin who sometimes it is my French skin, it is my pale white skin, and sometimes my Native American skin comes out. So I have like this pink olive skin tone. It is the craziest thing, but this one works best for me. It also is in the matte foundation finish. So this is suitable for combination to oily skin because it has those things that help to eliminate oil in the skin. We also have one that is luminous, makes your skin a little more dewy look, and it is designed for normal to dry skin. So it has things to help have extra moisturizer during the day. So, but we're going to start with this one. Now, one little myth that I want to bust today, and I'll be using our blending brush right here. It is brush, not a sponge. One thing, and I have a mirror off to the side, so I'll be kind of looking at it so I can get, there we go. One thing is people think, you've got to, okay, well, first of all, I like dot my face up. Okay. It's just me. I like to spread the love, spread the love, spread the love. But one thing that people think is that you have to do like brush strokes, right? Brush strokes. And you don't, because then guess what? Your face looks like you painted something on it. Who wants something to look painted on? No one, no one, right? And so what you should be doing is circular motions, like in an up, down, and around. And that kind of gets the foundation into your skin so it doesn't look like it's just sitting on the surface. Now, I learned this little tricky trick from a makeup artist, and it changed the way that I apply my foundation, and it changed the way things look on my face. So you can see it's these circular motions on the face, and it just covers oh so well. But I didn't put enough on my brush today. Okay. And so I love this brush too because you can like apply as much pressure as you want. If you want a little more fuller coverage, I just apply a little more pressure to my face. Now, myth to bust. Well, first of all, I have really dark circles. And so I like to bring my foundation, and my lids are super dark. So I like to bring my foundation just underneath my eyes and on my lids. Okay. Now, the next little myth that needs to get busted is your foundation. If it doesn't match to your chin, to your neck, to your jawline, to your neck, then it's the wrong shade for you. That is wrong. Okay. And let me tell you why. Why is that wrong? That is wrong because the underside right here doesn't see sun. Like, we don't get sun exposure underneath your chin and your jaw, right? And so you do need to blend this area out. Okay. So again, I'm just giving these little feather strokes with what is left over on my brush to blend it out, okay? So that's all we're doing is just blending it out. Oops. What is left over? Hold on. Okay, I'm seeing some comments. Hey, Hannah and Christy and Lynn. I can hear you, but no video. Oh, no. Is it not working? Oh, let's see. Is it not working? Okay, I think it's working. Okay, so we're just going to keep going. So you blend this little area out with what you have left on your brush. Now, look at this. It is so much more blended. It doesn't feel like anything is sitting on the surface. I didn't paint my skin. I put it on like a canvas, okay? Like it is in there. So the other thing I do is I take a sponge, and that's normally what I would kind of apply my foundation with. You want to make sure that it's super wet. It needs to be a lot bigger. I prefer our foundation blending sponge because I feel like it's black, so it doesn't absorb as much material that goes on it, and it doesn't hold bacteria. Okay, so when I finish using the brush, I like to take the sponge, the butt end of the sponge, and I like to just go over it, and I feel like it just kind of blends the foundation and gives it a little bit of a softer appearance. Okay, so we're going to do that. I don't know what is wrong with this video today, but here we go. So we primed the surface. We got that foundation on. Now I deal with really dark circles. And so I'm going to go in with a little under eye concealer. Under eye corrector. You can see this has a peach undertone to it. And so, hey, Sharon. So this neutralizes the purple pigmentation that is the dark circle. Okay. And so I just go in pretty generously, give it a little dotty dot. Then I'm going to come back in with this sponge, and I'm going through the tip of it this time, and I'm just blending it all in. So this is going to conceal, not heal, all of the darkness under my eye. Then I'm going to come back in with a light ivory perfecting concealer. And I like to start in the corner of my eye and just kind of take it all the way out to my hairline. I kind of call this like the reverse Nike check because, one time it's going to be a Nike check and the other side it's not. The reason that I pull this all the way up is it makes your face appear lifted because it's going to draw the illusion of the eye in an upward manner. Okay. So I just tap, tap, tap. And do this again with this wet sponge. And then you can kind of blend, and blend some more. Now, one thing that I didn't grab was my translucent powder. That's not it. Here it is. So translucent powder is the other essential for me. So it is a setting powder. It is translucent, so it's white by nature. Okay. You're going to want, I just kind of start in this area, just like dabbing it in. And then I do tap it off. And again, those circular motions, because you want to do the same thing that you just did with your foundation. You want this to settle in those same locations. Okay. So that's what we do. Translucent powder is a setting powder. So it's going to keep light. It's going to bounce light away. And then it'll also take and absorb those excess oils from the skin. Okay. So throughout the day, it's doing its job, right? So we've got these things concealed on up. Now, the next thing I'm going to move in, the tip of the week was about your foundation. Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and finish getting ready with you guys. Good morning. And I'm going to do my brows. Okay, so I'm going to get my brows all set. Next week's tip, you guys tell me what y'all want to know, but maybe next week I will do a little brow tutorial on how you get those perfect wow brows. And remembering that they are sisters, they're not twins, right? Good morning, good morning. And so that is what we are working on right now, is making these things be sisters, because they were distant cousins a little earlier. So we're going to just take and prep this. This is our Precision Brow right now, brow liner. And then I'm going to go in with our Volumizing Brow Tint next. Now, this is one of my faves because it has these little fine fibers that go in and add a little tint. Let me see if you can see this little brushy brush right here. And so it's going to give tint and voom volume to my brows. And I have some spots that are pretty sparse over the years. And so this just kind of helps to get all those spaces filled in. Brows, I believe, are the key to your face. They shape and define the whole face. Okay. So I'm just going to do a fast face from here, because I know you guys have stuff to do and I'm coming on kind of late, but I'm going to take our 3-in-1, I call this, little cheek brush. I'm going to the bottom first in one of our contour colors. So all of our colors are magnetic and removable. And I'm just going right in the hollows of my cheeks and give a little definition here. One thing I was blessed with from my grandmother were high cheekbones. So that was amazing, and I'm thankful for her. Okay. I thought I had everything sitting out. Oh, I did. It was under my paper. Another little trick that I do is when I'm getting ready. You ever have like your makeup all over everything when you're getting ready? I put a piece of tissue paper down, but you could put a towel or whatever, just so like all my little extra stuff isn't all over my surface. So this is one of our new Canary Diamond highlighter shades. Y'all, it is so beautiful. And so I'm going to take the tip of this brush and I'm going to go right on the top of this bone right here. Your optical bone? Orbital bone, not optical, orbital bone. And so I just add a little shimmer right there without it looking too overdone, right? And then I'm going to go in with my cheek color and I push the brush down and then shake it. Where you should start, put 2 fingers next to your nostril. This is where your cheek color should start, at the apple of your cheek. So I kind of smile. And again, I'm taking it all the way up to my hairline. I want to draw my face up. I want to give that appearance of that higher face. Okay. So we've got our cheeks done. We have our brows done. What do y'all think is next? I'm going to be the crazy girl who does her lips. Okay, so again, we primed our face. Now we're going to prime our lips. And this is a Mary Kay Time Wise product. So this is our age fighting lip primer. So it's going to help to keep my lipstick in where it needs to be, keep it from feathering and bleeding. And it's going to help with the aging process. And I'm not a smoker, but you could be a smoker and you have smoker lines, but I'm a straw drinker. And so I have those similar lines. So this kind of helps keep things from feathering into those lines for you. Okay. So I went ahead and put my primer on. We'll do the lips last, but I went ahead and did the primer. So now next, I did forget something. Let me see if I have an extra one in anywhere. I don't think I do. Oh, well, we'll give it a shot with what's left in this container. Sorry, real life. Here we go. Try your best to have everything planned out, and this is what you get. Okay. All right. So next, for my eyes. So I have celiac disease, and we have an amazing eye primer, and that would typically be what I do next. But celiacs and eye primer don't like each other too much right now. So Instead of that, I use our liquid eyeshadow in Light Beam. And y'all, when I tell you I use this every single day, I mean it. My other one is downstairs. So we're just going to roll with this. There's really not much left at all in here. One little tip you can do too, and I don't have a time or the tools to do it, but I'll see if I can do it, is there's a little stopper. I did it. Okay, there's a little stopper on here. You can punch that out and it will allow you to get in a little bit more of your container because that's, to help keep things from coming all the way out and too much product. And so I just popped that out and look, I got more product because this little dough toe can get in a little more and get out. So I'm excited right now because I can do my eyes for y'all. So I just rub this on. Rub-a-dub, rub-a-dub, rub-a-dub-dub. Y'all, if y'all saw my bucket of brushes, you would be like, my bucket of brushes. You'd be like, what is up with this girl? But I love brushes, okay? So I take our color brush and I just rub it across here. So y'all saw I just like loosely applied it and then just rub it across. And that gives me a primer when I can't use a eye primer, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is just get some color on these eyeballs. And I'm a pretty basic girl, but I believe that brushes make all of the difference. So I'm going to use Blossom, and I'm just loading my brush, like literally loading the brush. And I pat it on my whole lid, okay? So again, this just gives me another little base coat. So I'm patting it on all over. I got some under my eye, but it's okay. Let me put a little more eye concealer on there. So I have a brush for that. Then I'm going to go in with Dusty Rose. And I do tap it off. And I start in the middle and go across. I know this is probably like so boring for so many of you, but you came on for a tip and I gave you my whole face. But that is how it is, right? That's how it is. I'm a straw drinker too and have lines, and the primer is a must. Yes, yes, and yes. And then we're going to do a little Merlot with our angled brush from the corner. And I just take it from the corner and go follow. Like if you like sit this brush, like, oh, there's my eyeball, right? Like you can sit it in there and that's kind of your spot. You're going right underneath that bone. That I think is called the optical bone. So you just drag it over a little. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I tend to be heavier on one side than the other. It's the opposite hand that I write with. I end up getting that eye a lot darker, but that's okay because I'm going to blend them all out. Or do y'all think I should go just like this today? What do you think? Is this the look? No. So I take our little blending brush, and again, it's just these circular motions, and that is the key, y'all. The key is these circular motions all over, all over, all over. Okay, so that was quickly done. Now I'm going to take eyeliner, just using our black eyeliner right there. Just opened a new one. And you want to do different little strokes, not trying to do one solid stroke. Ta-da. And I'm doing something on purpose to show you guys. Not that you can really see a whole lot because I didn't get super close on my face today. Okay, so find a little brushy brush. Here it is. Okay, So my eyes, if you ever like, oh my gosh, they're not even, or they've got a little spot on them or whatever, and you keep going over and you end up with an eye full of eyeshadow. I mean, of eyeliner, right? We don't want to do that. So you can take this brow brush. So it has the spoolie end on this side and a flat end with an angle on this side. And that's what we're going to work with. And I'm going to dip it into Merlot, which is the dark color I put in my lid. And I'm going to set this eyeliner. Okay. So I'm just going to take again and just rub this all the way across and on the bottom. It smooths it out and it locks it in. So I don't need to keep going back and forth and getting a thicker line. That's what this puppy's job is, okay? So next thing I'm gonna prime up is my lashes. So we have our Lash Primer, and it is absolutely amazing. There it goes, Lash Primer. And so wiggle, pull. I just do a quick little coat across my top lashes, really. Time for a new one. Good thing I can order them. Ta-da. And I am going to use one coat of Ultimate Mascara because it is the ultimate. It does a little bit of everything. So I'm going to go in here. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't do my bottom lashes first. So do your bottom lashes first to avoid getting your eyeline from your mascara. Okay. And I'm just doing a quick little thing because this wasn't what we were highlighting. But y'all, I can't just not do my face. So I've got that. And then our brand new Fanaroma Mascara is back, baby. And it has the best. The best. It has a little tip at the end that has like little fingers that help you spread things apart. And so it lengthens, it finds lashes you never knew you had. And so you just go in, and do a quick little coat on the bottom. And then that's it. So the last, but definitely not least, is our little lipstick. And y'all, this is my favorite. It's called Ruby. And let me let it focus for a second. Can y'all see the sparkle? Y'all, it is full sparkle. But when it goes on my lips, you can't see, like, I don't feel sparkle. I should probably not talk and do this. I'm not eating sparkle all day, but it gives the most beautiful look. So there we go. Ta-da. This is your finished product. That's your tip for foundation is don't do straight up and down strokes. Do circular, paint it on so it doesn't look like it's caked on your face and you're like, what am I doing? And let's see if I can do another little tip, give y'all a bonus tip of the day. Let's see. A bonus tip of the day. Okay. Micellar Water. If you haven't heard of Micellar Water, it is the most amazing thing in the planet. So it is like a magnet for makeup. Okay. It is a magnet. So if you are cleaning your face in the evening, this would be step number one. You would wipe this off and your cleanser can work so much better because it's not fighting through all those layers of makeup. Okay. But does anybody else get makeup on their hands? Like when you're doing stuff and you go in the car and you touch your handle and you've got makeup all over it? Take some micellar water because it is a magnet for makeup. Okay, let me show y'all. This sponge, this thing was completely white when I started, right? So it literally is a magnet. So I just use this every single day to get the leftover little makeup pieces off of my hands so that whatever I touch doesn't have makeup on it. So there you go. Your tip of the week is apply that foundation in those circular motions. And don't forget, blend into here. And if it doesn't match perfectly, that doesn't mean you're wearing the wrong foundation. It means this part of your skin doesn't get sun. So it's not going to be the same. So you need to blend those feather strokes in. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a fabulous week. Thanks for tuning in with me today. And listen, here's what I need you to do. Go like and follow Makeup Tips, Trends, and Fun on Facebook and subscribe to Maria Munger YouTube channel. All right. Thanks, y'all. Have a fabulous day. We will see you soon. Bye, friends.